Well, that Salah's a bit good, isn't he?
Let's go.
What's up guys, I'm Jano and welcome to my channel and welcome to some new stuff I'm going to try on the channel. It's going to be about football because, as you guys should know already, I love football. Nearly every computer game I've played has been on football, and my more popular channel is regarding fantasy football, and this channel's kind of just sat here and nothing's been happening on it, and I don't have the drive really to play Football Manager, and I don't know what I could do with FIFA that would be different and entertaining. So we're going to talk about football, and we're not going to be restricted by the Fantasy Premier League. We are just going to talk straight football, and I had to make a video about Liverpool versus Roma ending up 5-2. What a game it was. I'm glad I managed to sit down and watch it. Did have my kid with me, so I didn't get to tweet about it as much as I'd have wanted to, but what a game. It started off with Roma trying to control the game, and for some reason Roma went with 3 at the back and playing a high line, which played right into Liverpool's hands. So when Liverpool got comfortable in the game, they started to dominate, they started to get chance after chance. Mane should have had 2 before Liverpool even started to score, and then Salah turned up with a beautiful left-footed curling shot into the far corner where he hit the crossbar and it went in. And then another beautiful goal where he jinxed to run right and then cut inside the left of Juan Jesus, and Firmino played it through to him and he chipped it over the Roma goalkeeper to make it 2. Then he became assister with 2 assists from the right-hand side to Firmino for the 4th and Mane for the 3rd. Mane finally getting his goal. And then, of course, Firmino managed to score from a header from, I believe, James Milner. It did go a bit downhill in the last 10 minutes, and it's not going to be as comfortable as Liverpool would have wanted because they couldn't see out the game. Lovren made a mistake allowing Dzeko to get on the end of a chipped over through ball, which he powered home. And then James Milner probably harshly was penalised for handball in the box when it was kind of drilled at him. And yes, his hand was at a weird angle, but he had no chance to move his hand out of the way. Penalty was given and it was scored very well by the Roma player. So 5-2 going into the second leg in Rome. Liverpool should see themselves through to the final, but then again Barcelona should have seen themselves through to the semi-final to be playing Liverpool. So we know it's possible that Roma can work some magic in Rome and actually get through. But you'd imagine Liverpool will score some goals in Rome, and they just have to make sure they don't lose by 3 goals and have it 3-0 or 4-1. If they can score 2 or more, then they're probably happy and laughing. But this video is about how good is Mohamed Salah. Is he as good as Cristiano Ronaldo, and is he as good as Lionel Messi? Before we get into that, we have to be 100% sure he's the best player at Liverpool, which I think is pretty obvious. But let's just dive into the stats to make sure that is undeniable. On the screen you can see the league statistics for Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane and Roberto Firmino, and as you can see, Salah is head and shoulders above Roberto Firmino and Sadio Mane for goals, and he's got 2 more assists than both of them. Shots per game is also higher for Mohamed Salah, as well as average rating and amount of man of the match performances. Sadio Mane does have less game time, but I think even if you added on the about 500 to 600 minutes that he has missed compared to Firmino and Salah, in the league he wouldn't have statistics anywhere near Salah. Salah is 1 goal away from being the top scorer in a Premier League season ever, and he's also 4 or 3 goals, I think it's 4, should really do my homework before a video, 4 goals I believe away from Ian Rush's goal scoring record in a season, which would be an incredible feat for a player, especially in his first season. This guy wasn't good enough for Chelsea apparently. And if we have a look at the Champions League statistics, we can also see that appearance-wise, the 3 players are very similar. Minutes-wise, Mane does have less time on the pitch than Firmino and Salah. Firmino with the most at 879 minutes. Goals is equal between Firmino and Mohamed Salah. Assists is actually in Firmino's favour, however. But shots per game is still highest for Mohamed Salah. Pass success rate is pretty similar. Man of the match performances actually goes to Sadio Mane. Average rating, however, still goes to Mohamed Salah, and I think after his performance in the game against Rome, I think we can say Mohamed Salah has had a massive, massive impact on Liverpool's Champions League run. But does he compare to the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi as far as League and Champions League performances this season? Now, let's be fair, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have done this for a long time, being two of the best players in the world. So there's no way, in my mind, you can quite compare Mohamed Salah long-term anywhere near to Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, because they have consistently been the best in the game for so long. However, this season, is he as good as they are? And is he perhaps an outside bet for the Ballon d'Or at the end of this year? Well, appearance-wise, Cristiano Ronaldo is actually lower in appearances compared to Lionel Messi and Mohamed Salah. That is probably a big reason why Cristiano Ronaldo is the lowest scoring player in this table. He's known for scoring goals, but he's got 24 compared to Lionel Messi's 29, but both come short of Mohamed Salah on 31. Assists, Lionel Messi actually beats Mohamed Salah with 12 to 9, Cristiano Ronaldo on 5. Again, that number would be higher if he had more game time. Shots per game, both Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo beat Mohamed Salah. But in one way you could say, if that is the case, shots per game, Lionel Messi has more shots, but Mohamed Salah has scored more. Maybe Mohamed Salah is being a bit more lethal and a bit more accurate with his shooting, which is funny because everyone at the beginning of the season was questioning Mohamed Salah's shooting ability, but I'm pretty confident he's proven everyone wrong now. Pass success rate, to be honest, the team around you, the type of football you play, may come into effect with this percentage, but Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo both beat Mohamed Salah. And man of the matches, Lionel Messi has 20 man of the matches in the La Liga, which is an incredible and insane amount out of 32 appearances, which suggests to me that Barcelona have dominated some teams and Lionel Messi has been in the middle of all of that. Mohamed Salah and Cristiano Ronaldo are a lot more similar, but again, Ronaldo has had less game time. And average rating in the league, Mohamed Salah has had some games where he's not got the best average rating. However, he has still turned up and scored goals despite not great performances. His average rating at 7.76 is below 8, and Cristiano Ronaldo has an average rating of 8, with Lionel Messi easily winning this with an 8.69. But in Europe it gets interesting, and of course in Europe you consider that some of these games that they played have been very, very difficult games against tough and really good opposition. Roma being a side that both Liverpool and Barcelona have played, although Liverpool still have the second leg to play in that one. Appearances, Mohamed Salah has one more because the Liverpool-Roma game has played. Lionel Messi is of course out of the competition with Barcelona, and Cristiano Ronaldo plays Wednesday night. Depending when you're watching this, it may have already happened. But game time in minutes, there isn't too much of a difference. Goal-wise, Mohamed Salah has scored at 10. Cristiano Ronaldo has scored at 15. Cristiano Ronaldo is, of course, the king of scoring in the Champions League. Everyone remembers that goal against Juventus. And Lionel Messi only has the 6, but assists, Mohamed Salah after today's game has 4, getting 2 in the game just gone. Assists, Cristiano Ronaldo has 3, and Lionel Messi has 2. So Lionel Messi has been beaten out in most stats by the pair of Mohamed Salah and Cristiano Ronaldo. Pass success rate, again, Mohamed Salah doesn't have the pass success rate of the likes of Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Then shots per game, again, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi have taken more shots. That could suggest that Mohamed Salah has been more accurate with his shooting. Man of the matches, Mohamed Salah only has 1 compared to Lionel Messi's 6 and Cristiano Ronaldo's 4, but potentially that could be because the players around Mohamed Salah have been performing very well, and also when your team isn't as good at shutting a game out like Liverpool, which has been proven against Sevilla and Roma, players from the other team could potentially get the man of the match as well as Liverpool players. So that could be the reason for man of the match being so low for Mohamed Salah. But when we get to average rating, Lionel Messi actually falls short compared to Mohamed Salah, who's on an 8.24 to Lionel Messi's 8.03, and Cristiano Ronaldo is on an average of 8.55, having a great Champions League run this season. Now, if Mohamed Salah can take Liverpool to a Champions League title, then potentially that would be one more step for him, cementing his legacy and building up a career that could potentially get to somewhere close to Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. But for this season, he's definitely keeping up with two of the best players in the world. So Mohamed Salah right now seems the real deal, and if he can do this again next season, then the 37.5 million Liverpool paid for him will seem an absolute bargain. That's if Liverpool can keep him. And the last thing I want to do is look at some PFA Professional Football Association award winners for previous years gone. And we're going to compare Mohamed Salah to the two players I think we could suggest are some of the best players in their position in the world. And that is Gareth Bale and Luis Suarez. I could have looked at Eden Hazard and Riyad Mahrez, but Riyad Mahrez, I feel like that was an off-liar season with a Leicester City side that did amazingly well. And with Eden Hazard, not sure about the consistency overall as far as a player there. And I think it's quite easy to say that this year, Mohamed Salah has beaten Eden Hazard as far as performances go. But we are looking at Gareth Bale and Luis Suarez. And Gareth Bale won it, of course, in 2012-2013 season. Luis Suarez the season after in 2013-2014 with Liverpool in a title attempt that came up just short. Now, appearance-wise, they are equal, all on 33, but Mohamed Salah, of course, does have some more games to play. But this is great because we can compare 33 games to 33 games to 33 games for each player. Game time, Mohamed Salah has actually had less game time, which makes his 31 goals compared to Gareth Bale's 21 and Luis Suarez's 31 really impressive. Assists, he does fall short of Luis Suarez's 12, but he does have more of the season to try and catch up there. And Gareth Bale only got 4 assists, which surprised me, which means Mohamed Salah is definitely more of a creative force in the Liverpool side than Gareth Bale was for Spurs. Now, you could say this Liverpool side is better than the Spurs side that Gareth Bale played in, which would be fair enough to say. But in football, you're never going to have a like-for-like comparison because of how teams play differently and the players around another player. But we can do the best we can to compare stats. Shots per game, both Bale and Suarez had more shots than Mohamed Salah does per game, which again suggests that Mohamed Salah's shooting is pretty accurate, especially as potentially if he has time to put it onto his left foot may be the issue, and if he's got time to compose himself before the shot. But that is up to debate. And pass success rate, Mohamed Salah comes short of Gareth Bale on 78.6, but is better than Luis Suarez. Man of the matches, he has less again, but there's been a lot of good players and good performances for Mohamed Salah. Luis Suarez getting 14 man of the match performances, and if I remember correctly from that season, he was sometimes just carrying that Liverpool side to victories. Whereas I think you can't really suggest that Mohamed Salah has actually carried that Liverpool side that often, because players like Firmino and Mane and the midfield, Wijnaldum, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain recently, have been doing their bit, Andrew Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold as fullbacks. So Salah definitely has a very good supporting cast. And then average rating at 7.76 for Mohamed Salah. That is one of the lowest stats he has for this season, and that does come short of Gareth Bale on 7.92 and Luis Suarez at 8.43. But he is on course to score more goals than Luis Suarez did in the season, be the top scorer in the Premier League for a season ever with 32 or more goals if he does get one more goal, and potentially lead Liverpool to a Champions League title. Of course, they do have the second leg against Roma and either Bayern or Real Madrid, so it's a tough task. But Mohamed Salah is definitely a player on form, and I think with a season like this, as long as he doesn't really drop off, he can start being compared to some of the greats, at least in Premier League football, after a fantastic season and a maiden campaign, just to make that clear, in the Premier League. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know down in the comments down below what you thought of this video. Something a bit different, but something I hope to do more of, because I look at these stats anyway for fantasy football, so why not also look at stats like these and talk about football games and news a bit more on this channel. That way, for those that want Fantasy Premier League only and fantasy football only, they can focus on the FPL Today channel. And then for more football stuff, we're right here on the JNO channel to talk football. And that is it for the video, so thank you guys so much for watching. Consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you want more content like this. Of course, if you don't hit the notification bell, you may not get told when I release a video like this, so make sure to hit it. I've been JNO, this has been football, and I'll catch you later.